Did you hear old Joe has a new spokesperson? Jen Psaki left the sinking ship of the Biden administration, which is a smart move actually, to go work for MSNBC. And so the new woman who's going to be receiving softballs from everybody in the press, except for Peter Doocy, is Karine Jean-Pierre. And like most LGBT people, she feels she needs to tell everybody that she is one every single day. Here she is the first day on the job.
I am a black, gay, immigrant woman, the first of all three of those to hold this position. I would not be here today if it were not for...
If it were not for you being a diversity hire. Yeah, we know. And like all black liberals, she's obsessed with making baseless accusations about white people.
Racism, sexism, misogyny, all of that, homophobia, xenophobia, we connect it to Donald Trump, but it existed before Donald Trump. Racism was here before Donald Trump, and sadly, it will be here after Donald Trump. If it walks like a racist, talks like a racist, acts like a racist, it is a racist. And we have a racist president in the White House who really pushes his racism like a peacock.
Donald Trump is the first president to have purposefully has made racism the center of his campaign, of his administration, clearly.
I think Donald Trump wants to get rid of legal immigration, and it's because of people who come from brown and black countries. They want to put up these awful voter suppression laws, which is racism, to make it difficult for people of color to vote. And voter suppression is racism. That's exactly what it is. Can we kind of dispel this whole idea that the Tea Party was about the deficit?
Yeah.
When clearly that is not true. What it was about was a reactionary to the racism in America that we were seeing at the time.
And what are we going to do to actually start the process? Because it's going to take some time to uproot systemic racism.
We have to continue to call out this racism.
Like all diversity hires, she's not qualified for the job, and I doubt that she's going to make it for the next 5.5 months until the midterm because she's actually a terrible liar. Peter Doocy stumped her on her first day.
Karine, congratulations. It's nice to see you out there.
Thank you.
The president's Twitter account posted the other day, "You want to bring down inflation, let's make sure the wealthiest corporations pay their fair share." Mm-hmm. How does raising taxes on corporations reduce inflation?
So are you talking about a specific tweet?
He tweeted, "You want to bring down inflation, let's make sure the wealthiest corporations pay their fair share."
Look, we have talked about this past year about making sure that the wealthiest among us are paying their fair share. And that is important to do, and that is something that the president has been working on.
I forgot to highlight this in yesterday's video, but did you catch that when Peter Doocy was humiliating her about the Department of Disinformation being shut down, she said that there were outside forces who were spreading, quote, misinformation about it, insinuating that, of course, it was the Russians again?
There's been a mischaracterizations from outside forces.
No, it was domestic forces. It was us mocking Nina Jankowicz and exposing her for being one of the biggest purveyors of disinformation, causing her to resign in disgrace. And speaking of spreading misinformation, old Joe Snoop, black lesbian immigrant spokeswoman, spread some dangerous misinformation that undermined our democracy by claiming that Donald Trump stole the 2016 election. Turns out she's quite the conspiracy theorist. What a surprise! And she thinks that the Republicans stole the 2018 Georgia gubernatorial race as well. Of course, Democrats have been crying for the last year and a half that anybody who talks about stealing elections is inciting an insurrection.
Donald John Trump incited the erection.
Swing, swing.
Of course, you know that it's a violation of the terms of service on Facebook and YouTube to dare say that the Democrats would do such a thing. That would be ultra MAGA.
Ultra MAGA behavior, ultra MAGA policies that are out of the mainstream of the country.
In case you haven't heard, old Joe just coined the term ultra MAGA. I guess to be clear, his research analysts did, and they put a lot of work into this, thinking that it would somehow be an insult to us. And I'm sure glad that they did, because it's 100 times better than Hillary calling us deplorable.
The Ultra MAGA plan. Because this MAGA crowd is really the most extreme political organization that's existed in American history.
So of course, I put on a new shirt, which you should order from my online store at markdice.com or click the link in the description below. And like all of my designs, it's available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check it out.
Who came up with this phrase ultra MAGA? Why the need to kick it up a notch? Well, MAGA wasn't enough? I mean, why now use this phrase?
I will tell you is the president's phrase, and the president it's made those comments himself just last week, as you know.
Let's go, Brandon. I agree.